People who use drugs, our community, are most directly impacted by the current international drug control system and prohibitionist policies. This system has been historically deployed to gather political capital based on moralist positions without any consideration for the individuals or communities. Due to prohibition, our lives are overshadowed by the fear of harassment, arrest, incarceration, stigma which leads to a wide array of discriminatory practices, and more often than anyone might think, death. In the following short film, you will meet a group of people whose lives and communities have been heavily impacted by prohibition and the war on drugs. Rarely are these voices taken into account in high-level decision-making process, but we believe this is of paramount importance to shed a guiding light to enable a human rights approach in reshaping current drug policies.
Di awal tahun 2015, Presiden Indonesia Joko Widodo mendeklarasikan bahwa Indonesia dalam keadaan darurat narkoba dan menyatakan perang terhadap narkoba. Pada prakteknya, pendekatan punitif ini telah berakibat pada meningkatnya razia dan penahanan yang dilakukan oleh penegak hukum, kebijakan wajib rehabilitasi, dan hukuman mati untuk pengedar narkoba.
Suaminya di penjara sehingga anak-anaknya terlantar tidak diberi makan. Yang tidak mau angkat tangan kirinya semua. Yang mau menghentikan pemenjaraan, angkat tangan kiri. Teriakan merdeka! 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 Merdeka!
We, people who use drugs, also struggle a lot with stigma and discrimination, fueled with your decisions, with your recommendations, resolutions, treaties. We are discriminated and stigmatized all the time in all parts of the world, and this is wrong. Drug-free world, targets like this is something the world will never achieve, and you should know this by now. Therefore, the only reasonable thing you can do is, instead of sticking to existing policies, is to produce a change to end war on people.
პირველ ნარკოტიკების მომხმარებელთა სათემო ორგანიზაციას საქართველოში ახალ ვექტორს. სამწუხაროდ უნდა აღვნიშნო, რომ ჩვენი ქვეყნის დამოუკიდებლობის ისტორიაში ვერცერთი ხელისუფლება ვერ შეელია ძალადობრივ მანქანას, რომელიც რეპრესიული ნარკოპოლიტიკის სახით საკუთარი მოქალაქეების წინააღმდეგ იქნა გამოყენებული. რეპრესიული ნარკოპოლიტიკის ფარგლებში ათასობით ადამიანს მოუსპეს ნორმალურად თანაარსებობის საშუალება. ათასობით ოჯახი გააუბედურეს. დღემდე ათასობით ადამიანი საპატიმრო დაწესებულებებში იხდის სასჯელს. მე მოგმართავთ თხოვნით ძვირფასო საზოგადოებაო, რომ ხარი დაუჭიროთ ზიანის შემცირების პროგრამებს, სასიცოცხლო მნიშვნელობის ჯანდაცვის პროგრამებს და ზეგავლენა მოახდინოთ რეპრესიულ ნარკოპოლიტიკაზე, რომელიც კლავს ჩვენი განვითარების საშუალებას, გვართმევს ჯანმრთელობას და ყველაზე ფასეულ სიცოცხლეს.
Apalagi banyak juga kalau yang aku dengar di lapangan, teman-teman digerebek, main digerebek gitu aja tanpa misalnya ditanya dulu atau apa gitu, ini main di yuti aja. Hak kita mana? Dengan keadaan kayak sekarang, ini gue kayak teman-teman gue kayak dibunuh pelan-pelan nih, kayak disuruh mati pelan-pelan nih. Drugsnya nggak ada, akses layanannya susah. Ini IO-nya pada keluar, pas dimasuk ke rumah sakit, nggak ada BPJS, nggak ada apa segala macam, nggak diapa-apain juga. Mati satu, sehari 10, 20, oh habis. Berarti program yang pemerintah sekarang jalankan berhasil. Nggak seperti itu kalau aku melihatnya, jadi kayak dibunuh pelan-pelan kitanya.
Le monde a vraiment besoin du nouveau comportement et approche d'intervention par rapport des consommateurs de drogue. Les attitudes actuelles incitent à la mort, à la destruction, de la violation de nos droits humains. Nous disons, laissez-les mourir. Et sont toxicomanes. Une attitude amorale. On a empêché d'accès à la naloxone. Ceci constituant une mourir délivrée. Ils disent, laissez-les mourir. Ils sont toxicomanes. Une attitude amorale. On a empêché d'accès aux bandes de l'aide, de tests de drogue. Cela cause un préjudice délibéré. Ils disent, qu'ils soient infectés et sont toxicomanes, une attitude amorale. On a interdit l'accès aux seringues stériles. C'est un crime contre l'humanité. C'est un crime contre l'humanité.
It's very clear to me that the criminalisation and the marginalisation that occurs when you criminalise and stigmatise an entire population of people, the damage that does on a grassroots level to an individual is enormous. It is lifelong, it is life-changing, it affects not just yourself, but all those around you, all those who love and care for you.
Гоняйте нас в подполье. Мир вместо войны с наркотиками.
I'm a drug user and an activist at the same time. In my country, a lot of people lose their chances of living happy lives among their family members, friends, communities, just because they use drugs. They send us to jail. They force us to sell our houses to buy our freedom. We're not safe at home, in the streets, in clubs. We're not safe while using drugs because we don't have any control about what we use. I'm a mother of a 9-year-old child, and I want to raise him up in fairer and safer society. Please help us. Admit that your policies don't work and stop controlling our lives.
My life has been negatively affected in so many ways by bad drug policy, and in particular by the intersection of the drug war and the criminalization of sex work. One thing I'll always wonder is why my ex-girlfriend had to die of an entirely preventable heroin overdose in 2010, when if she'd just been able to inject in a safe consumption site, she could have been revived with Narcan immediately.
As a direct result of the inhumane drug policies and laws, many of my friends and loved ones live with chronic conditions such as HIV and hepatitis C. Many more of my loved ones and friends are serving lengthy prison sentences as a direct result of these unfair laws. We ask you to please consider the impact that you have on the safety and health of our communities, and we ask that you end the drug war.
Make that effort, have that conversation, get to know our community, because I can't tell you, and if I do I'm going to start getting upset, the amount of incredible people in our community, and CMD brings you a chance to get to meet those people. So take it and have a chat with someone this coffee break.
It is hard to talk about in 1 minute how many ways drug policy has affected my life. But the truth is, drug policy has affected my life in every way. Being a drug user, it is difficult to escape the horrors and the difficulties of drug policy. I have never met anyone who suffers or uses drugs or suffers from substance use issues that has a healthy sense of self. Our treatment mechanisms are broken. Our policies don't make any sense, are punitive and disruptive. We disconnect people from society, from their families, from their friends and their jobs, until there's nothing left. People with mental illness are not treated. The two things we do for people struggling with substance misuse are send them to detox and send them to jail. Both of them make you 12 times more likely to die. We refuse to treat people with hepatitis C who are using drugs, which is a human rights violation. We're violating the human rights of people every day. My own child died in a treatment center because they didn't have naloxone on site and available. Please, you are the world leaders. You have the ability to make change. Please shine a light on how broken the United States drug policy is. We need your help.
Мы, люди, употребляющие наркотики, хотим сказать вам, какого числа людей, какого огромного числа людей касается наркополитика. Это список моих друзей, которых нет в живых. В этом списке моих личных друзей В этом списке более 120 человек. Война с наркотиками уносит огромное число людей. И мы, люди, употребляющие наркотики, просим мировых лидеров принять взвешенное и гуманное решение для того, чтобы остановить войну с людьми и войну с наркотиками. Спасибо.
To achieve social justice, we must end the war on drugs. That means legalize people who use drugs.
Merebut itu kembali dan berusaha untuk membuat negara memahami kalau kami adalah bagian dari warga negara yang juga punya hak asasi yang wajib dihargai, dipenuhi, dan dilindungi oleh negara.